All right, let's stay with that story and get more reaction from the Beer Association of South Africa's Patricia Pillay. Patricia, thank you very much for your time here on All Angles. Can you quantify what difference this is going to make if government decides that it's going to lift, the regulations, the COVID-19 regulations? I mean, the beer industry or the alcohol industry has been able to operate as per normal for quite some time now under the new regulations or the current ones.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me. As we know, the beer industry has really put forward their case to say that the lockdowns have affected us immensely, especially our craft industry. And I think that welcoming in terms of not wearing of masks really opens us up in terms of trading again and recovery. And we had estimated that it would take 3 years for us to fully recover. So for us, this is really very welcomed. We need to get back to have proper exhibitions, etc. And I think it is important we get back to trade.
And in terms of, for instance, the restriction on how many people a venue can have or host, this is obviously also going to assist the beer industry in that the more people allowed at a venue, the more people buying alcohol. Or is it the same because people can drink from home?
Look, for us, it's always been about responsibility, about being responsible with regards to COVID safety, first and foremost, but also in terms of responsible drinking. So despite any legislation, we believe in self-regulation. And so we will always, as owners, as the association, as our members, as the manufacturers, SAB, Heineken, and our craft brewers, always promote safety first and foremost over our sales. So our owners will make sure there is still social distancing and that we still sanitize and make sure that we are keeping people safe. And we really call on people to be responsible and to also scan the environment. If they see an increase in numbers, then be responsible and be able to really self-regulate yourself.
All right, well, I'm sure you are still hoping at least that by the time the meeting is done tonight, that the decision is to lift those restrictions. I mean, I know that this doesn't really have anything in terms of probably helping the industry, but the wearing of masks, just between you and I think a lot of people are quite tired of that now.
No, I think absolutely. And I think that, just in terms of COVID fatigue, we are all feeling it. I think we have to realize that. I think abroad as well, if you look at what is going on, there are people that are just not wearing masks. A lot of countries are not legislating it. And as you've said, there may not be sufficient scientific evidence to show that it necessarily prevents you from getting COVID. So our message is also to vaccinate. I think that we need to protect ourselves. And like I said, be responsible. So if others are not wearing masks and you choose to, then do so, but vaccinate yourself so that you are secure. Get the booster shot if you feel comfortable with that, but at least have the minimum protection available.
All right. Well, thank you very much for speaking to us. Patricia Pillay from the Beer Association of South Africa. And I don't know about you at home. My sisters and I were going to a party at some point at a club or a restaurant. And we were actually saying that masks have become like an entry fee, because once you're inside, you take off the mask because you're going to drink and eat the whole day. And therefore, you basically just have it just to get into that particular venue. But of course, we'll be hearing during the course of this week exactly what the minister as well as that committee has decided about these particular regulations.